Hello everyone, this is a video about this Bosch fridge freezer that is integrated 70/30 uh, and it means 70% of it is fridge and 30% of it is freezer. Down there, as you see, is very low down. The reason that I'm making this video is because I was looking for some videos about this fridge freezer Bosch. The model number is series 2 KIV38X22GB, and I couldn't find any videos. And if I'm sometimes going out of the shot and maybe I am not in the center of the screen, I want to apologize for that, but unfortunately I'm doing it freehand now. I'm not using my tripod and so on, so because of that I might have some difficulty in doing this video. But in general, this is the look of this, and the dimensions of this is somehow is 1 meter 77 centimeters high and 54 centimeters width and 54.5 centimeters is the diameter, the depth of this fridge. And if you look at the side, and is all silver or metal like a stainless steel, and this is integrated. We have to remember this item supposed to go inside cabinets. So I thought, okay, because the dimension, the depth of my um, cabinets are about 60 centimeters. Whatever that I wanted to buy, for instance, the same Bosch but freestanding. Freestanding, it means it's not going into the cabinet. And the freestanding was 65 centimeters, so it would get a lot more out of my cabinet line here, and that drawer, it wouldn't open, and that door would have some great difficulty to open it, or it would have opened halfway. So I opted for this, but in white. But unfortunately the silver came along, and this one is going back. And while I had this in my possession, I thought I better make a video out of this. So I quickly go through the um, specifications, and then I'm going to open it in the middle and show you the inside and why you should avoid this Bosch Series 2, because the fridge is very little, and if you look at the door you would see that it's really small. So if you want to have a freezer, let me just open it and show it to you now. If you want to open it and look inside, so this is the door of this fridge freezer, and these are the drawers that we have here. I haven't put many stuff inside because it's going back very soon, maybe tomorrow. And if you look at this, this is the depth of this level of this drawer, and in comparison with my hand is very small. The only one that is a little bit full size is this one, that if you look at it is just going to the end and up to here. This is my hand, so this one is the only one that is deep, but it's shallow. If you look at it, this is my hand and it's shallow. And the other one, which is for some flatter stuff like ice cream or your ice tray and so on. This is it. Look at it. It's so tiny and so shallow. So this is another reason that this one is going back. And all of these, you can change the door from left to right or right to left. And when we go to the fridge, obviously fridge is very huge, and if you look at it, it has 5 levels, 1 2 3 4, and down here 5 levels, and it has a very good fridge size. But there is some caveat attached. For instance, I don't know why they have done this curve at the end, because you need the most space in this area. I just put the stuff in here to show you how much stuff it can fit in here, and that's it. If you look at that, you can see that curve at the end. It's eating up the space of this drawer. So I don't know why they have done that. That is one. And the other negative stuff about this is the shelves. For instance, this is the carton of milk. You cannot stand this in any level, in any situation. If you change all of the positions here, for instance, if you change the top one to the lower one, as you see, it doesn't fit in there at all. So this is another negative point about this. And this is supposed to be a frost free. And if you look at the back, you can see that is already frosted at the back, and that's why at the end of each shelf you have this ledge here that avoided your stuff to pushed to the back to this, and as you see is frosted really heavily, and because I'm keeping the door open is even getting worse. And these are the levels that we have here. But if you want to have something not very tall, it's okay. But for instance, my Huel glass, if you look at it, is not going to fit in any of these, even if I change them. So I have to take one of these shelves totally out in order to be able to place something upright. So the reason that I am making this video is for my viewers to avoid this fridge freezer, Bosch fridge freezer, even if you put it in the cabinet. And the reasons that I told you is about the shelvings and the space in the freezer, and the frost free, that is not really frost free. And on the door side, if you look, we have 5 levels here, and in all of these 5 levels, for instance, this mayonnaise is not fitting in there, is not going right to the back of the door like this one does. So that the sizes and the way to adjust them is really awkward, and you don't have any choices. Just one choice you have here that is not really a choice, and the top one is really right at the top, and somehow you have to put your eggs in there and so on. But because this fridge is going back, I haven't organized everything in there. It's just temporarily organized. But in general, I definitely advise you to avoid this fridge if you are looking for big freezer, so this one is not going to be your good freezer, because at least you have to go for 60/40, because the motor of this fridge is right at the back. So most of the freezers at the bottom, the motor is there, so the bottom drawer is halfway, and in some of them the top drawers in the freezer is very shallow, and you have limited space in the freezer. So let me just read you some of the specifications. So the specifications, those that you really need to know, the energy efficiency ratings of this Bosch is A plus, and it doesn't have any door open warnings or low temperature warnings. Is really basic. And the reason, as I mentioned, I've gone for this is because of the size, and unfortunately I'm very unhappy, and it's maybe tomorrow or today is going back. They are coming to collect it, and the total gross capacity of this fridge is 294 liters, and then the total storage capacity is 277 liters, and efficiency, it comes with 2 years of warranty, but it has no fast chill function. Auto defrost, it says, but it's supposed to be frost free. And thermostat, it has only one. Freezer gross capacity is only 72 liters out of 277 liters. Only 72 liters is for the freezer. So the dimensions we talked about, and then the number of door compartments, as I mentioned, was 5. The number of shelves is 5, and it comes with butter dish. That is really handy. Ha ha ha. Anyhow, I'm not happy with this. I thought I make this video for you guys to avoid this because of the reason that I just mentioned. Anyhow, the price of this item varies from £470 just because it's Bosch, and it goes up to £550 including the delivery. So I am not really happy with this, and after a long discussion I decided to have a freestanding, but all the freestandings with the brand name like Samsung, LG, and Smeg, and Electrolux, and many other brands like Bosch, all of them, the dimensions didn't fit in here. So the only ones that is going to fit here is Hisense and Grundig, and the other one, it was one, I think, Electrolux. But this one is going back. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video and find it useful. And until my next video, take care of yourself, and apologies about the videoing this with one hand and reading all the descriptions and specification with my other hands, and I couldn't use the tripod in this case. Anyhow, thanks for your watching, and until my next video, take care of yourself and each other, and as always, have a great time.